Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of I Hate the Homies, and we're glad that you do. Episode number 107. Rock T is who I be.
It's your boy Griff, a.k.a. Mr. Go Blue, a.k.a. Jason the Jet Terry, a.k.a. Raider Nation, and I hate the homies.
And this your boy Super Dave. Hold on. Why do you always say Jet Terry? Let me ask that question. A.k.a. Jet Terry.
You don't know why?
No, I don't know why.
Yeah, you never explained why you use that nickname.
We
love Jason Terry.
Y'all first. I love Jason too. This tattoo I got in September because I knew they was going to win the championship. Like Jason the Jet Terry got a tattoo of the championship from the Dallas Mavericks before the season was over. Jason the Jet Terry, Go Blue. Has nothing to do with basketball.
That's all I was asking.
I thought I told y'all first. I thought I told y'all first.
So you got the tattoo because of Jason Terry.
No. I got the tattoo because I knew we was going to win the championship. After we won the championship, that's the same thing Jason said when he went to Dallas, that we going to win it. Well, he just went and got the NBA Finals tattoo, right?
Right. So you got that tattoo before Michigan won.
Yeah, absolutely. What did you talking about?
I wish Milroe would have scored that touchdown. Everything would have been different right now. Everything would have been different.
Jason the Jet Terry. How about that?
We love Jet. That's the homie right there. But
right.
Guess what, y'all? Guess what? We damn sure don't care.
Oh man, there it is. Only the grifter, man. Only the grifter.
I love it.
Who used to be very fast when he ran track too.
Don't go there.
Yeah. After watching everybody in the Olympics, I was like, I was obviously not fast. Keep it real with myself.
Speaking of the Olympics, man, we're gonna recap a little bit, share some of the highlights. A couple low lights, but it is what it is, man. We're gonna give you the homies' opinion. Also, Coach Primetime Deion Sanders is in the press as always. You know I love it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna let y'all hear some audio and give you our thoughts on that. It's almost football season. It actually is football season, but no, we excited about this time of year, Jack. And there was an ex-girlfriend. Well, there was a girlfriend whose ex-boyfriend passed away. And she started crying and was sad about it. And her current boyfriend did not like that. And they got into an argument on social media. We'll post it on our homies Instagram so y'all can check this out. But we're going to give you our thoughts and opinions on if this happened to us. How would we feel? All right? All that coming up next. Episode number 107. I hate the homies. Let's get it popped.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Yeah, huh? I've been geeking for this broadcast. Got me in my bag, cause all they do is talk a lot of trash. Wait until I see them face to face off of this podcast. What you gotta say now? Check the facts, don't have the wrong stat. Rock T, he a genius as a sport, make Ricky smile, boy. Super Davey Harley come up short on like it's Cowboys. Always controversial, grip call out plays, no rehearsal. Got me talking all in circles. I hate the homies. And Grip be laughing like it's funny. But they never bet no money. They my mans, but they throw me. I hate the homies.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Olympics are officially over. I'm not sure how much y'all watched it from start to finish.
I watched everything, dog. I was on Peacock. I was on Peacock more than I was when Bel Air first came out.
I got all the alerts.
You understand me? And I don't even get alerts on my phone. I wanted to know the javelin, the shot put, the hammer. I was on. Yeah, we know you only like basketball, dog, but it is 1,000 other events going on. Actually, we got 126 medals. 40 of them was gold. Basketball was just 2 if you count the girls. It was a lot of events, and Olympics was fun. I thought the Olympics was cool. Shout out to our track and field, the speed, Sha'Carri Richardson running the anchor on that 4x100, man, and looking at that girl as she passed her is just the best, because here go about 70 episodes ago, we was like, yo, she ain't done. She just need to shut up and run and get her a coach. And she did everything. She did everything she needed to be the Olympics. She won the world championship. She came back. She lost. She got a bronze too, but no, a silver, bronze or silver.
She got silver in the 100 meters.
Yeah, she got the silver, which is still so huge. It's so huge. And even getting a bronze, we be laughing at the bronze people. Oh, you came in third, but top 3 out of 8 billion people.
Let me tell you, even if you finish last in the Olympics,
yeah, I'm in top 10 in the whole world.
You ninth fastest in the whole world. So come on now, It is what it is, man.
We were sweet and everything. I love the hurdle, the women on the hurdles and the 400. I mean, even getting the 1500, but like the dude that got the 1500, I was just a fan. Found myself really in between. I went to go get some gas and something was on, and I stopped at a bar real quick so I could see the Noah race, and Noah Lyles, and that's the one that I thought he came in second. To look at it, you would have thought he came in second. After he took off his thing and was running around, I was like, me and the dude next to me was like, but he was in second though. Like that was, why is he tripping off a second like that for him? You know, the photo finished with that. And then Noah Lyles comes in third, and then he got COVID. Before that whole event, he was jumping around like a whole monkey, which is what he does all the time. But
he talks too much to me.
I mean, you know, he can back it up. He
Well,
he never saw that. He never saw that boy from Botswana putting that.
if homeboy, who was that if he would have leaned in, we wouldn't be talking about Noah right now, right?
Oh, that's Jamaica. Dude from Jamaica.
Yeah, if he would have leaned in, we wouldn't be talking about Noah right now.
Yeah, but
he's a bunch of talk.
The 200, we would have been talking about it because they'd have been like he was supposed to do. What happened? What's wrong?
He's a bunch of talk.
Did Super Dave just say Noah is all talk?
Well, we also have to remember out of all the events, he watches one. So I really don't.
How do you even fix your mouth to say Noah Lyles is all talk? He's backed it up.
I'm not saying he's not an athlete. I'm saying he talks a lot. When I look at the greats like Bolt, Michael Johnson, all those guys, Carl Lewis, they didn't talk like this guy. Yeah, he's putting himself out there, which is fine. I have no problem with it. But you also better be backing up. You better be winning every single race out there. Is he winning every single race? Hell no, he's not.
He won every single race.
And he's making excuses. And he's making excuses about.
I mean, they said he was the Olympics said that he did have COVID. But my thing is,
his dumb ass run. His dumb ass gonna go to a party and give everybody else COVID too.
Now that part probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, going to that party after you just had COVID. But as far as him being, he's one of the best ever, dog. Like, he's one of the fastest and one of the best ever. He's still considered
and he's
the
young
fastest
and
in the world.
He should be sweet for LA.
He's the 100-meter champion, and that's how they gauge who's the fastest in the world. Now he tried to do the double with the 200-meter and end up getting bronze or whatever. So. You know, look, Noah Lyles is Noah Lyles. I don't have a problem with people talking trash, especially it ain't talking trash if you backing it up. Now, he did get beat in the 200, and that's good. I mean, when you can talk trash and then you get beat, okay, cool. Now, one thing about Noah Lyles, when he thought he got the silver medal at the end of the 100 meters, remember it was that photo finish, he thought he got second. He went over to the guy that he thought got first, to the Jamaican, and was like, yo, I think you got this one, dog. He was already giving him respect. Even before they said the photo finish showed that Noah Lyles crossed the finish line first, which he did, because it's not your foot, it's your torso.
It's your torso, which is...
I didn't understand that. I mean,
I think we all was watching it going, well, that ain't how they do it with the horses.
Exactly. I did not know.
Think about it. In track and field,
so I could put my whole calf muscle in front of you, but my chest got to be out. All right.
That's why they tell you to lean at the tape.
And that's what Noah did. He did lean
at the tape. Absolutely.
No, he leaned like
he was struggling.
the most he needed to.
At Jamaica, He was struggling against that.
It was a photo finish. Like he had to come back. He had to come back because the boy
he had to make up some ground, and then he had to lean in to win that race.
So let me clear
the one Sha'Carri got the silver and she got smoked. That was just that girl, the girl who won the first. She got the first medal for her country. She from St. Lucia. The girl from St. Lucia.
That girl was a dog. When she was running in the preliminary rounds, I was like, "Oh, Sha'Carri got a problem." Because this girl here ain't playing.
In the preliminaries, they had said about the dude from Botswana, they was like, you might be looking at, don't just downplay him.
Well, Noah Lyles is a 200-meter runner. He decided he wanted to come down to run the 100 just so he can say, hey, I want to be the fastest. Exactly.
Yeah, and he
challenged himself, and he ended up doing it. So that you got to give him props for that as well. The 4x400 meter relay. Both USA teams, men and women, won the gold medal. That was dope.
Awful. No,
the men were awful in the 4x1, but they won the 4x4.
They said that's the 5th Olympics in a row that they was having problem handing off and then here go the cold part, because my wife was like, well, what's the problem? I said, babe, why they disqualify? I said, so basically, if they would have won, if they would have came in first, because of the length and the space that they was trying to give each other the baton, it disqualifies them because it's a space that you have when you run that to give the baton to the other person. And to get that to, this is not the 7th or the 8th time. They have always messed this up. You would think that was
they in their heads, man, mentally, man. But they bounced back. The 4x400 team.
The 4x4 was just nothing but speed. Yeah.
And shout out to Sydney McLaughlin. Let's spend some time on Sydney McLaughlin.
I'm a fan.
She is, man.
Look out, Dave don't know nothing we talk about. Look at Dave.
She broke her own record in the 400 meter.
She was a fine light skinned one that they kept showing Dave.
Okay,
maybe you saw her holding the flag with about 20 ab muscles.
Yeah. This girl is going to, if there's a such thing, I know all records are meant to be broken, but there's a certain few that probably will never be broken. I still think that FloJo's 100-meter record ain't gonna be broken. That 10.49. I don't see nobody hitting that, and I don't see nobody breaking Sydney McLaughlin's 400-meter hurdle record, but her. She the only one that will continue to break that doggone record.
They said once she hit that corner, that last curve, it's a wrap, dog. Like it's a wrap, and then it's still like 3 more hurdles after that curve, and it's.
She in a league of her own, dog. And then she ran the second leg of the 4x400 meter relay, and she ran it in 47 seconds, bro. She almost went under 47. She's running times almost the guys run in the 400 meters. Like, it's sick. It's sick. Break dancing.
Before we get let's get to this. Before we get to basketball, did y'all see what Tyreek Hill said on Monday? On somebody else's podcast. That'd be his podcast, but what he said.
No, he's being interviewed on the NFL Network. Yeah, he's being interviewed. He said he could beat Noah Lyles.
Okay, what you guys think of that? Y'all track and field.
Maybe in the 60. He could probably get him in the 60, but not no 100 or 200. Anything over 100, it ain't happening. That's Tyreek Hill.
And then Tyreek don't want to run anything over 100 either.
Tyreek, does he have world-class speed? Yes, he does. But this is on a whole nother level. Tyreek said the same thing with Usain Bolt, right? When Usain Bolt retired, I think that next year he challenged Usain Bolt to a race.
He couldn't beat Bolt.
Man, Bolt was like, listen, little bro, you don't want that. It's a whole nother level of speed.
Why you gotta call him little bro? Why you gotta call him little?
He said, listen,
itty bitty man.
Hey man,
how y'all doing that?
You taking it personal, little man?
Hey, look, short people. No, look, short people showed off at the Olympics. I just realized that Simone Biles is 4'8".
I think I saw her next to Shaq. Oh my God.
But even next to her boyfriend,
next to her boyfriend.
But Sha'Carri is 5'1", and then Simone is 4'8". Like, the strength you gotta have. Anyway, dog, let's go to the breakdancing. First of all, Canada won.
We're doing that before we go to basketball. We do basketball last.
We do basketball last. Yeah. Canada came in first place. The dude who won was actually very sweet, and I was happy for him. Paris won. The dude, this is what nobody want to say out loud. It's black people in all countries of the whole world.
Yeah.
There are black people that are French. Did you see the German team for track? Black. Did you see the Polish? Like, it was black people. Oh, did y'all know Randall Cunningham's daughter is a high jumper?
Yeah, dog. Where you been?
Vashti, did you? Well, I know he just basketball. We're gonna let him do basketball by himself.
I mean, you keep jumping all over the place. I thought we were talking about breakdancing.
No, I'm trying to wrap up the Olympics. So Randall Cunningham, the quarterback, the great quarterback, his daughter's name is Vashti. This is actually her third Olympics. Mm-hmm. She doesn't win, but she's like 6'1.5". She's sweet, and she's trained by her father. And after losing in this Olympics, I would get a different coach, because this don't make no sense, Dad. This
3 Olympics and not even getting the medal.
12 years, Dad. Right.
But no, she's solid, man. She definitely is.
She's sweet, but getting picked and losing all the time, that sucks. Okay. Back to the breakdance. Canada
there's not going to be any more breakdancing in the next Olympics.
Yeah, because of Rachel Dunn, aka Ray Gunn. And for the people like, who's Rachel Dunn? She was a horrible breakdancer, white girl that was wearing a green outfit representing Australia.
Right? Australia.
Let me tell you something, man. We were so excited, Rock, for the breakdancer, right? Remember, we was like, yo, 9 days is gonna be the breakdancing, and Super Dave was like, y'all just a little too happy about the Olympics. We get to the breakdancing, and it's just yeah.
What did y'all expect? How many brothers in there?
Let me tell you something.
I told y'all the Asians is. So here's what we got to think about when we think of breaking. Us three people that's listening, in our mind, we go straight to Turbo, Ozone. So that means we old. Number one.
And rerun.
Now did Turp and rerun. It's hilarious. Boom. But it's not like Turbo and Ozone taught their grandkids. Yeah. And their grandkids was sweet. You know what I'm saying? So in like Asia and Canada, last 25 years, they've been having breakdancing competition. I just watched a breakdancing competition on ESPN2. Dude won $5,000. It was sponsored. I was Red Bull. This one was Gorilla. This one was Gorilla or something, a DeWalt.
Okay.
But I was like, if this is what we can expect in the Olympics, this is going to be nice. I don't know how they picked the people, because even the dude who won on the one I saw on TV was like, hey, maybe in 4 years y'all can pick me. But they picked 17 people from the breakdancing tour to represent America. This girl from Australia in one fell swoop.
Ray Gunn.
They are literally not having breakdancing. And it's a lot to do with her. Well, not only a lot to do with her, but it's mostly to do with her. It just showed that if anybody can do anything to get into the Olympics, then it ain't the Olympics. If I could throw a shot put 70 damn meters casually, like, why do I gotta wait 4 years to throw it? If I could throw a javelin you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Rod.
Okay, you was on to something there, sir. What was represented as breakdancing at the Olympics was horrible. I mean, there were some talented dancers there, but it didn't show the essence of what breakdancing is, because there's so many talented breakers out there.
You're right.
Worldwide, not just in the United States. Like you say, it's worldwide. They have these contests every single month. There's a breakdance contest underground. It's a huge. People keep saying, well, breakdance is not what it used to. It's better. Breakdancing is better than what it used to
way
be.
Better than.
But y'all, I don't know how y'all chose who's going to represent and what kind of stuff. There should have been categories. There should have been all kind of stuff, man. It's like,
but we should have known from. They was like, okay, look. So this person got picked because look at them. Yeah, it was.
I'm like, it's got to be. It's more than. I'm like, are you serious? So now it's not going to be a part of the the 28 Olympics in LA, which I'm like, come on, man, just get the right people in there, which I thought they were, because at the beginning of it, they was bringing all these legendary breakdance people that's been around, that's been in the industry, that's still in it, and they kind of formed a board, like almost, okay, how y'all want to do this? So I'm thinking, okay, they doing this the right way, but what was shown
4
was
years.
like, oh, come on, man.
Garbage. All breakdance.
That was a very watered down version of breakdance.
It was the watered this down. And then, Dave, they swapping out. So the Olympics is in LA. Hasn't been in LA since 1984. And I actually saw Carl Lewis and them run. But they swapping it out with lacrosse, flag football, cricket, and squash. Now, the flag football, it's a little girl, it's a little black girl out here that done went viral. You know what I'm talking about, Rock T, for the flag football? Little girl, she's sweet. So I don't know how because somebody was saying, well, they can have NFL players be in that if they want to, but I don't know. It's because they do men and women. NFL sponsors are big. That's legit. Cricket is played everywhere outside of America. So people that's not from America will have where they play cricket.
No, they got cricket leagues all around. Absolutely.
Well, notice that nobody from America ever won any cricket anything because India and South Africa and New Zealand and them is the best in the world at cricket. So I can understand them opening that up. Squash, I'm a lacrosse fan. I actually watch lacrosse championship every year. Like every year. I like lacrosse. So that should be fun. But way to mess up breaking for everybody.
Y'all have wasted 15 minutes of my life I would never get back on this bull crap y'all talking.
You talking about the Olympics?
And all this. Huh? About the Olympics, yeah.
So tell us about the basketball game. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, did y'all watch basketball? Because we should have led with basketball. Basketball was it. From what I saw, all the stars came out for what?
Everything. If you watch the Olympics, the stars was everywhere.
Right. They was watching swimming.
They was at beach volleyball. They was at the regular volleyball. They was at the cycling. They was at the swimming pool. They was at tennis. They was everywhere.
More stars shown at the Olympic basketball game for the men. For the men, you had guys from everywhere coming out to watch France play the U.S. And
it was the Olympics was in Paris. France was the hosted.
They came out all over to watch. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about a lot of I'm talking about stars. I ain't talking about
but you make it sound like they came they was there already, dog. They was watching javelin and everything else. And they just happened to put them all together.
I didn't see them at some of those.
You wasn't watching.
You didn't watch none of them.
You didn't watch none. That's why you didn't see none.
Some of them. I'm not invested like you guys, though. I'm not gonna sit there and watch.
But we saying they had stars at the swimming events, at the breaststroke and the diving. So I'm not taking away that
soccer games. They was all there. They was moving around.
Yeah, it was people. They flew in like it was the Super Bowl.
Basketball. You watch the men's.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I watched all of them.
For all that we saw, or you guys saw with the track and field and everything else, I thought what the U.S. did with France, to me, that was the bigger show. I mean, more than anything, what Steph did against France.
Huge.
And now he put the U.S. team on his shoulders.
230 plus games. Yeah. 230 plus games.
230 plus games. He had 8 threes? And then some of those threes that he had, I mean, we already know he's an incredible player.
He's Steph Curry, right?
I mean, we saw him in the NBA, but I'm saying what he did in the Olympics, because he didn't start off that hot in the Olympics.
He didn't.
No.
Kevin Durant kind of fizzled after he had a good, but they're allowed to fizzle because you got
superstars.
5 more stars. But the fact
Devin Booker waiting right there.
Why they ain't playing? Okay, let me ask you, because my son had me cracking up. Julian, his birthday was the other day. Happy birthday, son. He says Steve Kerr is really a Chicago Bear and he hates the Celtics.
And I talking about Jason Tatum?
Yeah, by not letting the dude play. Like, I mean, damn, don't do him like that. Like, I thought that was
He should have had more time on the court.
Yeah,
I do think so.
That's all.
I think he should have had more time on the court. Like he had other players out there.
Was this Jason Tatum's first time in the Olympics?
That's a good question. I think
yes.
so.
If so, then he'll have a shot. He'll have other times to do it. What Steve Kerr was trying to do is play the stars that have been there.
That ain't going to be playing in 28.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense, though. I ain't mad at that. I ain't even think of that. Kevin
Durant, the LeBron James, the Steph Curry, all those guys that may not be playing.
And that was Steph's first one.
Yeah, and that's his first one. And he showed out. Now, the only problem I have with the whole thing with the men's game was who they gave the MVP. I know y'all going to say I'm just hating. How the hell did LeBron James get the MVP?
I didn't think. I was like,
how the hell did he get the MVP? Who should have got the MVP? Tell me, Griff, before we go to Rock.
Steph should have got.
Okay, thank you. It's simple as that. Why not?
Well, here's what you asked the question, so I'm going to give you my answer on why I think LeBron got the MVP. Consistently from game 1 through the entire Olympic run.
No, he got points. He put up.
He was the main consistent one. Like he didn't have no off games. He had a couple of big games.
You're right. Because
he
KD had a big game, then we ain't hear from him again. Then Steph had 2 big games and they won everything. I
can go down the list, and LeBron had some games where he only scored 12 points. So don't give me big games.
But he had a
12, double-double.
15, 14.
He had double-double and triple-doubles and all that.
Especially in the game against France. And I like the dunk he got dunked on, and he had to look up to that guy was it France? That was the France game, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It happens, bro.
So this is what all the commentators were saying, and I want to ask you too, and I couldn't wait to ask y'all. With France being now, never forget that Serbia game.
The Serbia game was
never.
That was the real championship.
That was the game. That was the game.
Okay, I'm glad.
Steph had 36 in that game and 9.
That was the one they needed him. Yeah, that was the one they needed him. But so this is what the commentators were saying. Okay, so now that we know, now that the world, I mean, they fear the NBA and everybody around the world wants to play in the NBA.
They don't fear the NBA no more. But go ahead.
No, that's out.
That's what I'm leading up to. Like the respect is there. The respect is there. But the fear, like they're going to come in and just blow us out. Not so much. And I think in 4 years, I don't know why the women around the world, they just can't hold up to the WNBA women. I mean, obviously they never lost, but I thought because those women go play in Russia and go play in Croatia and go play in all these different Germany and all, I thought that they had some game.
But let me break down the difference.
Okay.
The fear left the men game like years ago. Like they were because a lot of the players are in the NBA now that play overseas. They're from other cities. So on the women's side, it's still an intimidation factor up until the championship game. France played against them girls. So now all the other countries are like, whoa, they are human. They can be beat. So I think that fear is going to start. I think the fear is going to start going down going down with a little bit in the women's side as well.
But it's what you're saying already. I agree with you because when you look at the NBA, who's your top player or top 3 players in the NBA?
They're not from the U.S.
Okay,
you got Giannis Antetokounmpo. You got the Joker and
who? Luka.
Yeah. So technically, even though you don't like this guy, he's kind of dual citizenship. But
Joel Embiid,
and Joel Embiid, even though he's playing,
But I'm saying, but when these guys are playing in the NBA, they can go back to their homelands, their country, and talk to these guys and say, hey man, they just regular players. We're not playing Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson and all those guys. I'm playing with these guys right now, and look at the points I'm putting up. Look what Joker does. Nobody can stop him. Look what
that Sudan game was fun to watch, dog.
Which one?
The Sudan, the Serbia game. Game. That was fun to watch.
You can tell when Joker was out the game. That's when the U.S. made the run.
Absolutely.
If he could play the whole 40 minutes, U.S. is in trouble. Because
France wasn't no punks though. Like I liked France. They wasn't no punks, but
they should have left.
You can see the matchups was not the matchups,
which is why they should have left Rudy Gobert and Wemby on the court at the same time for more minutes.
Absolutely. They should have.
They kept on subbing them too. I'm like, man, they need to be on the court on the same time.
They gotta be.
How old is Wemby?
That's a little boy. He a little boy. Like he ain't 20.
Just think.
Barely 20 if that.
He's still growing. Just think in 3 or 4 years, he's gonna be a beast in the NBA. He already a beast, dog. I mean, he's a beast, but I'm talking about
20. He just turned 20 in January. Little boy.
You see what he did the second half of the year last year? Like he was kind of getting his feet wet in the first half of the year, still doing okay. But the second half, he's like, man, I've been doing this since I was young.
Dave just saying he a rookie. Watch him in 4 years. Watch him at the LA. Watch him represent France in 4 years.
In 3 or 4 years, because if I'm the head coach of France, Wemby never would have came out the game, and I would have been going to him every single time. Who can stop him?
I'm with you, dog.
It's too much. You put your arms up and you block people, even when they jumping and dog. He's special. French. He's
a future 3-4 time NBA MVP.
Yeah.
I know we started the conversation with the men. I'm talking about the men, but I think the part, like I said, the part I got mad about more than anything, we all said they were going to win gold. The men was going to win gold. But I think the biggest part was, I know what you said, Rock, but at the end of the day, I still say what Steph did, especially the last 2 or 3 games. I mean, he guided them. Anytime they needed
it was the last 2 games. But I do have to think about what Rock said over the 5 or over the 6.
LeBron was solid.
You know what I'm saying? You take LeBron James out of them 6 games, they lose 2.
You take Steph Curry out of the last 2 games, they lose, right?
Absolutely.
But he led the team in points.
But they wouldn't have got to the semifinal if it wasn't for Bron and his consistency on both ends of the court. Dude, I think he averaged 4 block shots a game. I mean, he had like 4 or 5 steals.
Let's also talk about the turnovers he had too, because he had some turnovers in the game too, especially in that last game against France.
They was looking. It was funny to see them kind of look at each other like, all right, y'all, can we play for reals and stop? Like, because that's what Steph get like.
We gonna get beat,
and that's why Steph took over. Steph took over and played his game.
Did you see what happened to his wife after the game?
Oh, that was crazy.
I heard about it. The police.
So the president of France was leaving, where Steph and his mama and the baby and the kids was in the same area where the president was leaving. So security had got locked down or something, and one of the security or Secret Service or somebody hit Steph's wife and hit the baby on the head, and it was just, it wasn't on purpose, but it was, they not used to that. You know what I'm saying? They used to, after my husband play, I can go to a place where other people who husbands boyfriends play, and we could be, so I had to look at it in a bigger scheme. Like, so no one attacked Steph Curry's wife and his mom, but the president, if the president the vice president and them can come right now and they gonna shut down airports, streets, everything. So I got it. I understood.
Right. Yeah.
Do we want to talk about the girls? And shout out to Brittany Griner, who
I just want to thank, going to Russia was hard. So to be able, and then I just had a baby, and my baby called me daddy already. So to be able to get this goal,
say, man, stop it, dog. You don't even have to use that effect. You could just use your regular voice.
Like this. I just want to thank everybody for let me shout out my wife and my daughter, my son, my non-binary baby. Let me
tell y'all something.
Let me say this.
Go ahead, Super Day, because they almost lost that game, dog.
Let me say this. After watching,
was you watching the men and the women at the same time, Dave?
I watched the women too, and I'm telling you, that was horrible basketball. I thought WNBA was horrible, but the Olympic women basketball.
I saw him play against China. It looked like everybody was 5 foot tall it was bad
China,
for the.
China was about 5 foot tall.
The game against France, the shooting was horrible.
Yeah, but
it was horrible. I could not.
They won that game by 1 second.
Yeah. So
by a toe.
And a missed shot. Because the girl was going, yeah. They thought it was a 3. They thought it was a 3. It was a 2.
You're going into overtime.
I'm gonna tell you, they lost.
I didn't want to see no more of that game, so I didn't want to see overtime.
That one game was a poor shooting game. I'm with you on that. But overall, them USA look good throughout the Olympics, man. They've been balling. I think it's 59 games in a row they didn't won the Olympics. They hadn't lost
61 or something, right? It's in the 60s.
Get up? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but let me say this: they won that game in the first quarter. See, France couldn't hit a shot in the first quarter. France missed a few layups. They was missing free throws. They blew a lot of shots. They left a lot of points on the court. So if France would have had a little bit of a better first quarter, they would have won that game. But at the end of the day, hey, man, they won the gold. I'm still tripping on why they didn't play Taurasi and Sabrina, which is two of their best players. Taurasi
just got her 6th gold medal with the
so she set the bench. So that lets me know something was going on between.
But they should have played Sabrina for sure. They needed shooting. They weren't great shooting.
She got subbed in and got subbed right back out. So something was going on, and I think that a story is going to come out in headlines real soon.
Her and the coach
about what was going on why them two players didn't play. So stay tuned for that one.
Well, I thought it was cool that Steve Kerr had to manage. Even Steve Kerr said, and I thought you would like this, Dave. Steve Kerr said, for the last couple decades, we've been playing against LeBron James, and I am now a LeBron James fan. Like he didn't
say he was the GOAT. He just said he's a fan.
No, he ain't. No, he's just said he's a LeBron James fan now.
Yeah.
Well, that was just pure respect. That was because. It got to be weird. It got to be weird coaching somebody who you just be like.
I'm not taking, and I would never take anything away from LeBron is an incredible player.
Yeah.
Again, for all the people to say, and I don't even dispute this anymore, and I'm not going to talk about the GOAT debate and all that, but to me, it's Jordan and it's LeBron. You want to throw Kobe, because I can't put Kobe at number 2 because the way he started off his career with the Lakers. He has somebody to depend on, which was Shaquille
But if
O'Neal.
you didn't we say it's an umbrella of GOAT? Like, ain't Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain and
I'm not putting Kobe in that category because who did Kobe?
You just wanted to be one person in all of basketball.
It's Michael Jordan, but I'm saying, but who did Kobe mimic? It was Jordan.
Yeah.
So you already got Jordan as the GOAT. So LeBron has to be number 2. And the way LeBron came into the league, he dominated. Just the way Jordan came into the league from college, he dominated.
Okay, so they even though we said we're not gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. So this GOAT thing, right? If we put Jordan and LeBron right next to each other, and then we start talking about their money, and then almost their money is the same, right? Jordan got he had a basketball team, and right, but Dewey though, because Dewey,
I can't remember the article, but I saw how much he was getting paid a year just from Nike.
Oh, okay, so I wouldn't debate that, and especially because he got that old money and grandfather then. I understand that, but LeBron just at the pinnacle of getting his, like, the money he about to get. You know what they're about to do with him and his son in the Lakers, right? His son ain't gonna start. When his son coming, if he do one alley-oop to his son and his son get 2 points for the whole game, that's all they gonna show.
It's a soap opera. That's all they want. That's it. That's what the Lakers
want. So back to this LeBron and Jordan. Michael Jordan's son ain't playing the NBA, so don't they give LeBron just a
no? Because he got Scottie Pippen. He got Scottie Pippen's old lady. So no, that puts him over the top.
Man, look. If you had to say, okay, guys,
don't do it right. Don't do the GOAT debate. We already know.
No, there's no debate with the GOAT. It's Jordan. Yeah. But LeBron, you can't. We're past the days of watering down what LeBron has done. You gotta give him the respect.
Yeah. Let's.
So I'm trying to word this the right way. Yes,
right.
Michael Jordan is the GOAT. But LeBron
ain't no punk though.
Right here. You know what I'm saying? It's like
number two is not bad. But you're never going to beat Michael Jordan.
It may not be number 2. It may be like a point.
Will it be?
No.
But hasn't he beaten all his records?
Man, by the time LeBron finishes playing, he's got at least 3 more years.
Oh, you say 2. You say 3. I say 2 for sure.
Hey, barring any serious injury, he's got at least, I'm saying at least.
Yeah, them numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie, dog.
LeBron is he's not one of those players like Kobe. Kobe was like, man, you know what? I'm not playing on my Kobe level, so I'm good. At 20 years in the league, I'm solid. He could have played another couple years and averaged 12 to 15 points a game or whatever and still been solid. LeBron's going to be that player. He's going to be that one. Hey, I'm cool with
Tom Brady, dude.
I'm cool with averaging a 15-point double every game and still keeping my legacy out there and playing till I'm 50.
Making Stroh Swift numbers.
Listen, because LeBron is also
with the NBA being so soft, he can play till he's 50.
And the rules. That's where I was leading to. And the rules all the time. Man, he can play. I promise you, if he don't get no serious injury, he's going to 50.
The eye test would never change the idea of what Michael Jordan did compared to what LeBron did. And I told you, the one knock always go against. I mean, he's lost in championships. He lost in the NBA Finals. But the one final that will always knock him down with me is losing to the Mavericks. One guy, which was Dirk, and you had a 2.5 head monster with the Miami Dolphins. I mean, with the Miami Heat during that time. Him, D-Wade, and the half is Chris Bosh. And they couldn't beat Dirk.
Who looked like a whole chameleon, by the way.
Ostrich.
Yeah. So I always bring that up. He's lost other championships. He got swept by the San Antonio Spurs. He got beat by Detroit, not in the NBA Finals, but in that conference.
I remember that Spurs sweep. I was somewhere performing, and they was like,
so now you got to look at the early Cleveland Cavalier first time. LeBron when he was still a kid,
a little boy when he was in his Wembanyama.
He really didn't have technically. He had a decent team, but he was the team.
But the East sucked. Don't. I mean, I don't want to get into debate because to me it's Jordan. I mean, he would whatever LeBron can do now, he would never pass him. He would never pass Michael Jordan, and that's my opinion. Everybody else got their own opinion. I don't sit here and debate about because they got the LeBron lovers out there. They want to debate about every single thing that LeBron.
But the LeBron lovers are 35-year-olds, and they watch them their whole life, and they've only seen old VHS. Right. We just have to know.
Eye test. We know. Yeah. We've seen both of them. So I think all 3 of us right now. I'm speaking for myself.
So let me ask you something.
I like what LeBron. So Jordan wasn't the best father in the world. So mine is different with the GOAT, right? So Jordan never his family ain't never said one thing good about.
That's fine. I only care about the court. Go ahead.
I know.
Keep it basketball related because off the court, LeBron is the GOAT, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If we keep it basketball related,
he just ain't been called
yet. For sure, Michael Jordan. And not just for, but we also got to remember that we older now. So again, you got a 35-year-old that's saying, I got LeBron. My son is 31 and he's a Kobe. You just can't say nothing to him about Kobe Bryant. He just he loved I'm going to keep fighting. Like, so people love different things. Like, Dave, you talking about numbers. No, Dave, you're talking about what did he do to the whole NBA, right? So,
the whole entire NBA.
Right. So when I think about what LeBron, like his production companies and
yeah, that don't count for nothing. About Nike. Look what he did. Look what Michael Jordan did for Nike.
But look how Nike gave LeBron $1 billion and wouldn't let nobody say nothing.
But the whole point is, what was LeBron's number, or what is his number? What's his number?
Well, here's how I can end it real quick. I ain't wearing no LeBron shoes,
Okay, then that's all that's all I'm saying.
Hey,
I'm not putting on no James. I'm not putting on no Jameses, dog.
so here's the deal, man. We can go back and forth all day long with this, but
right.
The reason why Jordan is the GOAT is one, the doggone what he did on the court and what he changed. He changed the game.
He changed the game.
Everybody wanted to be like Mike, like the song. And then he comes in and gets this endorsement deal with Nike and tells Nike, okay, I'm gonna give you one shoe with your swoosh on it. After that, I'm putting my logo on it, and your name ain't gonna be on there nowhere. You still produce them, you still manufacture them, and yes,
That's
you still
crazy.
gonna make some money.
Okay,
But
that's a crazy mindset, dog.
And
like
then you go to it. You go take it a step further. Say, okay, I want to pull my Jordan brand out of Nike,
your whole shoe company, and I want to make another shoe.
Y'all are still Nike that's making my shoe that I'm getting paid off.
His shoe company make more than the shoe company that make his shoe.
Yes, it's like man, that's bananas.
And let's laugh at this too. Let's laugh at this. Those same 35-year-olds that you're talking about with LeBron James.
Yeah,
you brought up what shoe are they wearing?
Jordans.
Case closed. Move on.
Yeah, no, I said I ain't got no Jameses in my house. I got about 3-4 pair.
But when it's all said and done, even though all three of us will always say Michael Jordan will always
LeBron gonna put a dent in that thing. He gonna put a dent in that thing.
LeBron, you got to give him his respect, bro. I mean, because
he's number two. He's my number two. And he's a lot of people's number two.
And in the end, you can't argue what somebody's number two is, number one. We don't,
Right.
And this is a great segue into what we're about to say. Some people like fat girls. Some people don't. Some people like short girls. Some people like tall girls. But as a man, we got to draw a line at something. And we want y'all to hear something coming up.
So, babe, you really out here crying over your ex, though?
Y'all can hear it?
Yeah.
He's gone. He died. Like, why is you out here crying over your ex? We in a whole relationship, though. Why is you out here crying over your ex? Seriously. What you mean you need closure? Like, this dude used to beat your ass. He cheated on you and you out here crying? We've been together for 3 years. You out here crying over your ex because he died. Come here, man. Listen here. I can't believe that you're crying over this dude, bro. I would never cry over my ex. How am I disrespecting you? You out here crying over this dude.
You need to give me space.
Give you space?
Yeah, so I can just have a moment. I need a moment.
What you mean? I can't listen. You disrespecting me though. Like, come on, you in a whole relationship and you crying over your ex because he's dead and gone. Like, I can't believe you out here. I hope you don't think you're going to the funeral either. Like, seriously. What you mean? Yes. No, you can't go to the funeral. Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious.
Why?
I'm serious.
I can't go to the funeral.
I can't believe you out here crying over your ex, bro. Like, this dude did you so wrong, man. So wrong. I came in your life. I treat you good. We've been together for 3 years, and you crying over your ex that you broke up with 3 years ago.
Right, but he's gone. You shouldn't be mad about him. He's gone.
I'm not mad. Like, he's gone, bro. I would never go to any of my ex funerals, bro. Like, once we're gone, once we over with, it's over with. Like, I can't believe you out here really crying. So, babe.
Yep.
Is that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett? I mean, I just asked.
Hold on, that was very good, dog.
I just asked the question. That's all I want to know.
Well, I think so. Y'all heard what happened. They've been together 3 years. Obviously, her alleged abusive boyfriend passed. She's telling her now boyfriend, you out here disrespecting me by recording me, and I need closure, is exactly what she said. I'll start. Not only is you not going to the funeral, but this right here with the crying and the we need to handle this because 3 years is 36 months. You understand me? That's about 160 weeks that it's been me and you. Now you crying over dude who allegedly beat you up and woo woo woo. I understand. I done had some exes die, but I called a brother or their sister and say, man, I just heard, I'm so sorry. I'm praying for peace for your family. And I'm not going to the funeral. Like that's so on me, I think the dude was absolutely right. He has the right to be mad. I think the girl and women are a whole different species, and we don't know how, but it sounds like all I'm hearing is Stockholm syndrome. You get beat up by somebody and you crying when they die. That's something that's for people who don't know what Stockholm syndrome is. That's when you fall in love with your captor when you've been kidnapped. So for me, if my wife started crying right now and said her ex and somebody died, I'll be like, all right, babe, we're gonna pray for him, but she ain't going to no funeral.
Yeah, that the whole putting the hands on her, beating her up, and all that should have already eliminated any kind of tears and all that stuff from her. Like,
right?
It's like, hey, you don't want nobody to pass away, so
no.
I'm sure your heart gets heavy. Like, man, that's messed up, whatever.
But
So my wife's high school sweetheart passed away, and when that happened, she came to me and she was like, babe, I want to tell you something. And my high school sweetheart passed away. And you could tell she was a little shook, a little sad, because, she grew up, all our high school friends, they still kind of connected. They still communicate with each other and stuff like that.
Nice.
So, but she wasn't bawling. She wasn't like about to pass out, like, oh, we got to hurry up because I want to make sure I'm at her funeral, whatever. I think she was respecting me by just being honest with me, saying, hey, my high school sweetheart just passed away. And she choked up a little bit. And then that was it. I was respectful husband. Like, hey,
but
man,
she didn't videotape you also.
No. And that was it. And it wasn't like long conversation about memory lane. I remember when we were, it was handled very, very
like my ex died.
Very respectfully. Exactly. And that was it. So, and we moved on. Keep it moving.
I'm gonna keep it simple. Once you pull that phone out, you did all the he and all that crap. Your ass is grass. We done. I don't have time for that because
it is definitely a downhill trajectory after.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you why. Because in the back of my mind, I'm going, this Negro was still hitting it. He's still putting that foot on that neck.
What up?
Because ain't nobody gonna sit there and cry like that, and y'all been away from each other for 3 years.
He used to beat you.
He's still been banging her around. He's still not just hitting her, which I don't condone that, but he's been putting that foot on that.
You've been hitting her a different way.
In a different way. That wasn't the only time 3 years.
That ain't no 3.5 years ago tears. That's an April May cry.
He's sitting here talking to her and explaining to her. Which, first of all, with the phone in his face, I mean, I'm telling him to put the phone down, period, because I got some stuff to say, and it ain't gonna be nice. She's gonna get cussed out because it's gonna be over. Once we had that conversation, it's over because I know in the back of my mind she's also been with them. And who else has she been with?
I'm with Rock on the hey babe, my high school sweetheart died. Dang. Hey, I'm flying out there next week. Like, them is two different conversations. Hey, my high school sweetheart, dog. Man, that sucks. I'm gonna call her mom because me and her mom has always been cool. We talk on Facebook and stuff. And then it's done. But she put on a bit of a. I was just with him on Wednesday.
Exactly. Yeah. He was saying it without saying it.
She was saying it without saying. You're right.
I wouldn't care about her going to the funeral because it's going to be over between me and her. She's showing me right there how much she cares about me. That's why I asked you at the beginning. Was this Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith
crying over Tupac 30 years later? Still,
yeah. Man.
Well, that sounds like a fair homie
assessment.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Hey, when we come back, Super Dave got some. We know how much Rock T is on Deion Sanders.
Coach Prime, baby.
Testicles. So when we come back,
how they
got all that.
We gonna shut. No, you love that man.
Coach Prime is the homie, and I highly respect Deion Sanders. I like the way he moved. I like the way he moved in his expertise when it comes to sports and football as a former player as an analyst and now as a coach. There it is. Let's talk about it.
Next guy. Eric Christensen with CBS Sports Colorado.
CBS,
Tyler.
I'm not doing nothing with CBS. Next question.
Joe Rigo, Mile High
Ain't got
Sports
nothing to do with
Radio.
you. It's above that. Ain't got nothing to do with you. I got love for you. I appreciate you, respect you. Ain't got nothing to do with you. They know what they did.
I'm here in Denver, not national.
You are who you are. CBS is CBS.
All right.
Joe
Ain't got
Rigo,
nothing
Mile
to
High
do with
Sports.
you. I respect you. That's why I told you that. I'm looking you in the eye as a man. I respect you. I got love for you. But what they did was foul.
Now, could somebody tell me what they did?
Yeah, but
Okay.
on that.
Okay, this is
I'm lost on that.
it's three things that could have possibly happened with CBS.
Okay, I'm listening.
And this is with CBS sports.com. One of them is they ranked Deion as the 15th best coach in the 16-team Big 12. So he's close to the last of being.
Oh, he met. Okay, that's one. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead next.
I don't think it's that one because I think he already knows who he is. They also wrote a column about pointing out the Buffaloes have an uphill climb.
CBS did.
Yes.
CBS Sports.
Yes, CBS Sports,
Okay.
which is
That's a
fine.
fact.
I think we know that one too.
That's a fact. Yeah.
This is the big one. CBS.com report on his son Shiloh. But he filed bankruptcy. I think it was this past year.
Okay.
But they did a story on that. I think he was not pleased with the story.
That sounds more like what he mad about because he said what they did was foul.
Shiloh.
Yeah.
Shiloh, he beat up some security guard. I think you did a story, Rock.
And then he filed. No, you're right. I think it's that one. I think it's that one. If I had to pick as a parent and as a why I'm not talking to you, because the other two was sports.
I think he's the 15th best coach in the Big 12.
Right.
Yeah.
That just brings you joy. That just brings you joy to say. Super Dave can't even hide his happiness.
I told my homeboy this just the other day. I said, you know how Bill Parcells called when T.O. played for the Cowboys? He never would say T.O. He never would say Terrell Owens. He never said T.O. anything. He called him that player.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yes, he never, that whole, throughout his time with the Cowboys, Bill Parcells, he could be a butthole. But he would always.
He was just an old school coach, dog. He wasn't playing with these athletes, dog. These stupid athletes.
He called him the player. Anytime he was talking about after the game, the player. He never would say T.O.'s name. So now I'm not gonna say homeboy's name. I'm just gonna say
but the dude from CBS was keeping it real. He was like, man, I'm from CBS Denver. I ain't
got nothing to do with me.
I ain't got nothing to, he was like, you are who you are was my favorite part, Joe.
Guilty by association.
Right, the dude is like this. All right.
He said, you gonna do it like that? But here's the deal, man. Prime. This is another reason why I highly respect Prime, because guess what? He teaches people how to treat them. You got to teach people how to treat you, or they're gonna keep on taking advantage of you if you allow it. And there's nothing wrong with creating boundaries.
I just listened to a sermon this morning.
Come on, man.
That spoke about boundaries, dog, and they are important and they're needed.
Here's what he did. He specifically said, "This ain't got nothing to do with you, brother. Me and you are cool." But it's who you.
That's why I'm looking at you like a man. I respect you.
Exactly.
But the people you work for.
Okay, but then y'all are both wrong, because remember this. Y'all are both in the media. That's a story. What Shiloh did was a story, correct? Am I right?
Yeah, that's a story, but we don't know how in depth they went. We all got to report it. Hey, Deion's son is screaming bankrupt.
You don't sugarcoat anything. You see reporters do stories on every single person out there, even if you're the president.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
he don't want this. He don't want this African American smoke, though.
Listen,
Deion, you don't want us to say we reach media and Radio One and TV One, and he don't want that smoke. He mad at them people for talking about his son, and he come from the old school. Say it to me. You don't want that. You don't want to. Don't talk to my kids and my wife.
How do we know that they didn't want to talk to him about Shiloh and he turned them down? They still had to do the story, correct?
My question is he going to carry CBS like this all season? When do that go away? Because eventually If he start losing, it's gonna be worse.
When he start losing, not when he's gonna start losing, and he'll come back to his senses. He just getting. I'm just telling y'all. I saw this report on the USA Today, and they said
and can we also say he only got one vote for all of the top 25? I think Georgia got 650, and Louisville that came in 26 and not ranked, I still think they got like 111 or 114 or something. And he got one.
Listen, here's why I love that.
And let me ask you this, Rock, before you answer. Okay. How's this recruiting? Because what's this class look like? Because you kept saying, you didn't say this is going to be the year. You said 3 years. I know you said that. But I'm just asking, how is this recruiting? Did he get some of them? Did he pick up some linemen? Did he get some, I don't know. I haven't really, not yet, because it's
he don't know. He doesn't know. Rock does not know.
Whose name is Rock in here? Whose
name is
Rock? Who did he address?
You don't know.
I was talking to Rocky Turner.
One or two players on that offensive line. Yeah, answer it.
Go ahead, little fella.
Because I just want to know, because I haven't heard one thing about, and y'all in Texas, so y'all get Big 12 stuff, and I'm in Atlanta, so of course they pushing UGA and all that, but I haven't heard somebody say.
Let me tell you what I know.
You did,
and what I've heard. Okay,
and then we're gonna get out of here.
So of course the portal, everybody is in the portal. Everybody had opportunity to get players that they need to get.
Yes.
The word is that Prime and Colorado got the hogs that he needs up front on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Now, will they perform? Only time gonna tell. But
why Dave left? He don't want to hear you talking about
his offensive line and his defensive line has tremendously improved over last year. So now quarterback gonna have some protection. Sure.
Let me ask you this: How do you know they improved?
Because I said we're about to find out.
If they're going against that sorry-ass defense they got already in Colorado, then they ain't improved.
Okay, so here's some of the things that you got to look for when you look for your first levels of improvement. If you got an offensive line that's 180, 90 pounds versus an offensive line that's 300 pounds, you already upgraded. Even before they do anything on the field, you've already upgraded in size. Okay.
Agreed.
Now, can these players, these bigger players that are there now, can they perform? We're gonna find out. That's all I'm saying. But on paper, his offensive line and defensive line looks a lot better than last year, and that was really one of the key things that he was missing.
I know. That's what I wanted to hear you say. So, absolutely. Dave, top 3 in the Big 12. Because Oklahoma and Texas went to the SEC, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, Dave, top 3 in the Big 12, like easy, like without Oklahoma. Well, no, Oklahoma and Texas.
Utah. They're always good. Kansas got that boy at quarterback.
Yep.
Their homeboy quarterback. Oklahoma State, Kansas State. Don't sleep on those two teams.
Got it. So overall, it's not like a guaranteed Oklahoma, Texas, Oklahoma State. Now that they left, so what about Baylor? Who is Baylor with? Ain't Baylor in the Big 12?
Baylor's in Big 12, but they're going to be kind of in the lower tier. They're in that 4th tier with Colorado.
Got it.
Okay. I don't have Colorado in a tier at all. They're like out of the tier. But I'm just telling you what other people say.
Stupid. He can't wait till they 0-5, Rock. You know that, right?
I already know, dog. I already know.
He can't wait. I actually remember they went 3-0 and people that's why Dave was mad. That's why Dave was mad. He was getting all the but still though, horrible season, didn't do what they want to do, didn't go to a bowl, whatever. But they showed all televised games of the year and
that's
how many.
I said if you want the show.
If you want he's a show.
That's what Deion can bring. I have no problem with that.
I heard a commentator say today on the way into work, they said they're not ranked because they have a coach that's amazing and a team that ain't.
Thank you.
And I was like,
yeah, and I don't call him that. I call him fat. FAC. Fake ass coach. That's his name. I'm not saying
now. Fake ass coach is strong.
My dad always used to tell me when I was a young boy, son, if you argue with a fool, you gonna become one.
You the fool. Because if somebody walk past, they ain't gonna know who the fool is.
Exactly.
You are the fool.
Exactly. So
let's
get ready to wrap up this episode, man.
You said somebody smelling Deion's testicles.
Yeah, he definitely some draw. He a jockstrap now.
Yeah.
You a Deion
I don't know about
jockstrap.
all that, but I just spit the facts. It's facts over feelings, y'all. Y'all in your feelings.
He's
all in your feelings, man.
He spit the facts, but they all in a
Everything
cup.
that I've said so far has happened.
I smell rock.
He spit the facts, but he's spitting through a cup with some holes in it. So the facts be.
I hope you got to the shower.
So on that note, we finna get up out of here, man. Episode 107. I hate the homies. Rock Teasy's who I be.
It's your boy Griff, man, aka Jason the Jet Terry.
Now we know.
Raider Nation, Mr. Go Blue. I hate the homies. I thought I told y'all. That's
your boy Super Dave. They will sign Dak. They will sign CD Lamb, and Michael Parsons will get his money next year. But the Cowboys will still suck. We'll do our predictions later on. I'm just getting you ready. But guess what? We don't care.
I actually care about my team more than you, dog. Like, dog. Ask me what the Raiders is going to do, and then we can go end it. What the Raiders? Ask me.
What are the Raiders going to do this year?
Super Bowl.
That's a fan. He's supposed to say that. Deuces.
Super Bowl. Raider Nation.
I hate the homies.